Because I'm about to come get you in a minute. Said I'm about to come get you in a minute. Not right now.
Darius Leonard, we see what he does and he accomplishes on the field, but for him, it's really about
I'll call you back probably in like 20 minutes.
They use him so much in the run game and the pass game defensively. To have him back healthy, just critical. How about Michael Pittman coming back off the IR this week? Doesn't mean he's necessarily
Look at Will building a whole relationship now. Look at that. Look at that. See the fuck.
You said what, bro?
So look at you being in a whole relationship now. Who would have thought?
Shut up, pussy.
I sure as hell do. I agree.
This team getting healthy, you're able to evaluate coming off the bye as you get ready for a very difficult stretch. I think this stretch for the Colts might be as brutal as any team in the National Football League, Andrew. At Detroit, at Tennessee, Thursday Night Football, Green Bay, and then Tennessee again. Unbelievable schedule for the Colts ahead.
Yeah, Detroit, Baltimore, Tennessee, Green Bay, and then Tennessee. Again, those two division games there with the Titans. Tough stretch here, getting off the bye, and hopefully getting healthy with Gary.
What a flying fuck is everybody?
No, Red's at work, I think. Mine's probably still at work.
And with COVID news here right out of the gate here, in news this morning out of Los Angeles and New York about positive tests.
Yeah, we'll start with the Giants. They had Hernandez, one of their starting guards. He is headed to the COVID-19 reserve list. He tested positive last night. And what happened was basically what we've seen in all these situations, which is the NFL and the Giants took a look at the close contact data from the bracelets that the players wear, the GPS bracelets, and figured out who is a close contact. So basically, the entire offensive line, from Thomas on down, not in the facility today. They isolate themselves. They are not deemed to be high-risk close contact. So if those guys, besides Will Burnett, those guys test negative, they're expected to be back in practice tomorrow, whereas the guys somehow had to practice today. Similar situation with the Los Angeles Chargers. They had a player test positive for COVID-19, and the player will be placed on the COVID-19 reserve list. Should be getting that very shortly. There's also a handful of players who were also deemed close contacts as well. Unlike the Giants, the Chargers did not practice today, as Anthony Lynn, out of an abundance of caution, decided to cancel practice and basically try again.
Remember, Lynn had COVID during the offseason. He beat it, thankfully. He says this is their first positive case. Unlike the Giants, however, the Chargers play a game on Sunday, and it is a road game. So that complicates things a little bit here. They have to get on a plane. We'll keep an eye on the situation there as well as the situation in New York. The situation in New England, Ian, has Julian Edelman officially not practicing today, and we're reporting heading for knee surgery.
Yeah, he is out for the Buffalo game this weekend. It remains to be seen how much longer he will be out. I'm told could be anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, or it could be longer. It really depends on how Julian Edelman responds to that knee cleanup that he had. He's had a knee injury really all season. If you watch him closely, Andrew, he has not been himself. I mean, this is, one of the best big-time receivers in the NFL over the course of the last decade, and he just has not looked the same. The knee injury seems to be to blame, so Edelman decided, and Patriots decided today would be the day, give the surgery, see if he can get back later in the season, and maybe a little more.
Yeah, here's hoping he does get back here. It will be a very interesting.
Why they hold, bro? Just run. Fucking run.
Stay afloat with the Bills this week. Ian Rappaport, NFL Network Insider. Continues on TNF First Look. By the way, Ian says no Christian McCaffrey tonight. It's official. So what is the day? And then Panther offensive last the voice of Panther makes it next.
For $5, you could upgrade to the Sparkly Sprinkle Pack on Cupcake Conquest. Or you can upgrade to all this. 2 crunchy tacos and a medium drink. Plus, the beef and cheesy layers of the $5 Grande Snacker Box. Only Taco Bell. We are a team. We are a youth. We are family. No, literally. We are a suburban family of football fans. That's our neighbor. Hi, Bob. And that's to the inflatable screen, we forgot to properly secure it. That's made for football. Watch it.
You're not going to drive without insurance. That's just crazy starting a skunk farm in the backyard.
Easy, Petunia. Sea breeze. I gotta call the general.
The General has affordable rates even with less than perfect credit. Go to the General and save some time.
There's a Bud Light Banny.
It's fall, y'all. Which means pumpkin pancakes and cinnamon stacks are back in IHOP.
And don't forget about me, Mr. Mummy Pancakes. Get these for free the week before Halloween.
Yeah, what he
I
said.
wonder if my cat is here better than my cat. Maybe he might be on here too.
Yeah, this nigga play like this, man. Fuck that.
My drug use ended up taking away my children. My first marriage, I was spending $800 to $1,000 a day. I was hurting everybody around me. I always worked on cars, but once I started making money, I could afford them, so I did them. I didn't know how to stop. The Recovery Center of America taught me that I didn't have to live the way I was living. The staff at the Recovery Centers of America believed in what they did. They told me that as long as I didn't use any business, I'll be celebrating a year clean. I couldn't get a day clean. I wouldn't trade my life today for you. I have no that no matter what it is that I want to do, I would give varsity baseball and let the professionals know. If they can help me, they can help everybody.
1-800-912-2514. We're coming up on Election Day here. By the way, you can vote at Bank of America Stadium. You can do that until the 31st, which is Halloween, which is Saturday. Bank of America Stadium, a polling place, a voting site there in Charlotte. Nicole Tepper this morning on Good Morning Football.
We're so honored to be a part of this. It's really like a one-stop shop. We have free parking. You could come here, you could register and vote at the same time. So we made it really easy for everyone. We have almost 10,000 voters, which really was a surprise that so many people came out. So it's really an awesome thing, and we're so excited about it here in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County.
After the NFL announced yesterday that 90% of players are registered to vote. This man is Nick Mixon. I have no doubt he is as well. He's the voice of the Carolina Panthers, and he's with us on a game day already at the stadium here on CNN First Look. Let's talk down ballot initiatives here. Nick, other than the big storyline, no McCaffrey and Teddy Bridgewater's playing well, what should I keep my eye on tonight?
Yeah, a bipartisan proposal to get Christian McCaffrey ratified for tonight did not get the support that it needed. So if that bill failed, so we'll have to go to Mike Davis again. We do not like the Falcons, Andrew. This just in. These are the greatly detested Atlanta Falcons coming in with maybe probably the best 1-6 football team in the modern era of pro football. They have talent. They have had some problems. But I can see this going either way. But the Panthers, this is a huge football game tonight. If the Panthers could take care of business and get to 4-4 at the halfway mark, then I think the reverberations of that would be felt all around the NFL. And you can trust in this. There's an F5 funnel cloud that's forming here in the Carolinas, and in a few years it's going to go ripping through the NFC South. And when that happens, you remember your staff meteorologist here who told you all about it.
All right, well, we're about love, not hate, but we'll go with your idea because you're there that you hate the Falcons, and I respect that. What would it mean to sweep them then for the first time in 7 years?
What up, Christian Wood?
Talked to Matt Rule a few minutes ago for taping the pregame show, Andrew, for our radio network, and I thought what he said was brilliant. He said, listen, we cannot play the same game twice because the Falcons are different now. They're throwing the ball more. Julio Jones is back. They've got a different coach in Raheem Morris. So don't think that what you did in Atlanta is going to be good enough. Matt Rule has this team exquisitely well prepared, yet, like every team, the Panthers have been touched by injuries, some of the COVID stuff as well. So I think Carolina has to be, pass defense has to be sound, try to get some pressure on Matt Ryan, and then try to move the ball. What do you think about Teddy Bridgewater? How's he impressed you so far?
I'm impressed by him, Nick. We were talking before with your guy, Jake DeLome, about how he has seemingly raised everyone's level of play there and kind of put aside that, well, they just plugged me in New Orleans narrative and I just managed the game idea. I think he's been great. I think he's had a great connection with Robbie Anderson as well. What do you guys think of what he has done? Because that seems like one of those last-second good deals that's really paid off.
Couldn't agree with you more. Whoever said that Robbie Anderson was just a speed guy, just a one-trick receiver, take the top off the defense, should have their press credential revoked, because Anderson works the underneath middle of the field with a ton of confidence. He's a great hand catcher of the ball. He's just fearless on the in breaks, the dig routes, and of course he's a home run hitter as well if the Panthers want to look to him deep.
And he now does know who Sir Kerr is after the best mic'd up moment, I think, of the year. Week number 1 when he looked up and said, what's that? He said, what's that dog doing up there?
No, he said bear. He said, bear. Man, what's that bear doing up there?
It looked like it's Scott Williams, bro. It looked like it's Scott Williams.
Hey, were they close on McCaffrey tonight? Was there any thought to get him out there? Because, I mean, there was like this big Twitter hubbub thing earlier in the week where all the Panther writers doing their job well, by the way, at practice going, well, he's got a hat on. Oh, no, he took the hat off. Now he's got a helmet on. And the thought that maybe we've seen.
Tongues were wagging all over the practice field the other day when McCaffrey changed jerseys. Oh, the humanity. He's got one color jersey on. Now they're bringing another color jersey out. Finally, we learned that night that the reason that happened was nobody could find his other jersey was missing. They couldn't find it in his locker. So it wasn't the great backstory that people were hoping for. But he was very close. I mean, just a whisker away from what I'm told. And I think the Panthers decided it has nothing to do. Don't let anybody try to sell you on this idea that the Panthers feel like, oh, this is just Atlanta 1-6. They can win the game without McCaffrey. Wasn't that at all. He desperately wanted to go, and the Panthers were desirous of his services. They just felt like, based on the medical people, the doctors, etc., that it'd be wise to wait just another game.
He is just a Sir Kerr whisker away, potentially getting on the field next week when we would have Le'Veon Bell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Christian McCaffrey. Not to discount Mike Davis there as well. That one will be good. Hopefully this one is as well tonight. Mick Mixon will be calling it. The Panthers Radio Network. Thank you, sir. It's game day. Thanks for taking the time.
Always a pleasure. Come see us, Andrew.
Hopefully soon. Mick Mixon there in Charlotte. We were there last year. Saw Mick run up and down the stadium steps as he does before every game. He does it in a full suit as well. Coming up, back to B of A.
After the game, our analysts break it all down with the stars of the night.
This was a get-right game for them.
That's as good as it gets. The Mercedes-Benz postgame show tonight on NFL Network.
Alexa, tell Roomba to vacuum in front of the couch.
Experience clean in a whole new way. Now Roomba offers you personalized cleaning suggestions and vacuums exactly where you need it. By getting to know you and your home, Roomba makes cleaning easier than ever before. So say goodbye to cleaning and hello to clean. Hey Google, tell Roomba to vacuum the dining room table. Roomba and the iRobot Home app, only from iRobot. Bridgestone dueler tires are built to drive around the entire Earth 3 times. Now someone just needs to build the road. Now that's clutch performance. Bridgestone, official tire of the NFL. track technology. It moves teeth more comfortably and predictably than ordinary aligners, so I could create custom treatment plans for every smile.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, melt the hip. Can you get a Bud Light delivered to your seat just like at the game? Yes. And will I still do my touchdown dance just like at the game?
Your journey requires Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Wow, that will save you lots of money. This seems fun.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 Liberty. At Burger King, when you order a 2 for $5, you might get a side of PS5.
He caught that.
2 for $5 mix and match. Buy and play game in-app for a chance to win.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing what? Using my Old Spice moisturized with shea butter body wash?
All I wanted was to use your body wash.
And all I wanted was to have a body wash.
Welcome to NFL Game Day morning. We're now going to Chicago, where it looks like football weather this Sunday morning.
This just happened with Cleveland. Touchdown field and outside. Unbelievable! Wrapping up your Sunday night, this is Game Day fun.
We got you covered from morning to night. NFL Game Day, only on NFL Network. Get your game day started with NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Hey, Captain! What rivalry week in the NFL, people? Headlined by the undefeated Steelers taking on the Ravens. Before he heads to Baltimore, Big Ben sits down with Kurt for a trip down memory lane. Antonio with a touchdown! It's a master class on playing quarterback in the NFL when Stephon Gilmore breaks down zone with Hall of Famer Ty Law.
When I see 24 out there balling, man, I feel like I thought he was still out there on the field.
Plus, did the Pats make a mistake letting Tom Brady lead? As Mike McCarthy...
Yes, they did.
You said what?
Said that the Patriots make a mistake letting Tom Brady go. Yes, they
What man we can do about it?
Ready for game time. And that building, Bank of America Stadium, the Panthers and the Falcons. Both of the Panthers want you to vote. The Falcons do as well. Here's Brady Jarrett with the check.
I really go just on
Oh, man, what?
I'm sure he's going to do it. I'm not going to tell nobody to do anything I'm not willing to do myself. So I definitely would have voted, did my part. And I encourage people to vote because there's been people before us that, fought for this right for, black people in particular to have that option to go vote and use your voice, no matter how long the lines take, no matter how far you got to drive to get it done. Just get it done. Take that day to go get it done. I was fortunate enough while he was allowed to meet John Lewis and walk the bridge of Selma and do things like that. And so for me to see stuff like that firsthand and what people had to go through and just hear it from the people who fought the fight, to get us to even have the opportunity to pass a fair vote.
Brady Jarrett yesterday on the Instagram Live. This is live on the television right now. Randy Moss at Bank of America Stadium, where the Panthers have a new initiative called Your Vote Counts. Randy.
One of the first things I noticed, Andrew, when I got to Bank of America Stadium yesterday were all the signs for voting. It turns out this is one of 9 NFL stadiums that is being used as a polling place. Specifically here, it's for early voting from the dates of October the 15th through October the 31st. And already it has been successful. Yesterday marked the 10,000th person to cast an early vote here at Bank of America Stadium. And that number should obviously grow tonight. There will be fans here. It is being limited to 7% of stadium capacity, so that's roughly 5,300 people, all of whom will have the opportunity to exercise their right to vote, as well
has exercised what they probably think is another fundamental right, the right to cheer for their Panthers.
Yep, and boo the Falcons, potentially. What are the storylines there tonight, Randy, on the football field? No, Christian McCaffrey is out. We know that one.
Yeah, obviously this is the first divisional rematch of the NFL season. 3 weeks ago, the Panthers beat the Falcons 23-16. No McCaffrey, we think. He is expected to play, though, you would think, 10 days from now when the Panthers go to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Left tackle Russell Okung also unlikely to play tonight with a calf injury. For the Falcons, they will have Julio Jones, which is a change from their first meeting 3 weeks ago against the Panthers when Jones was inactive due to a hamstring injury. And then there is the weather. Earlier today when I was on Good Morning Football, it was so windy, Andrew, 41-mile-an-hour winds. I actually had to hold an umbrella with 2 hands. And now look at it. We're not completely out of the woods. There's about a 50% chance of rain tonight. But even if it doesn't rain, the game could be affected at least a little bit by the wind. The National Weather Service is saying 11 to 14 mile an hour winds, gusting to 24 miles an hour, which, as we know, is obviously enough to at least somewhat affect the trajectory of passes and punts, correct?
Correct. And Randy, I thought you were great this morning. Honestly, at first I thought it was like a 1,000th show when he bit you with the umbrella, but that was real.
That was real.
It was real.
Absolutely real. A whole lot nicer now, though. It's 82 degrees here right now.
Awesome. Stay cool and keep that umbrella ready because undoubtedly it'll rain later because it always does. Thank you, Randy Moss there, live in Charlotte. Coming up next, one of the greatest answers of them all, and our teammate. We'll tell you about their wide receivers this team and what to expect tonight is this platform. Smith Senior. Straight ahead.
For $5, you could upgrade to the Sparkly Sprinkle Pack on Cupcake Conquest. Or you could upgrade to all this. 2 crunchy tacos and a medium drink. Plus, the beef and cheesy layers of the $5 Grande Stacker Box. Only at Taco Bell.
We're getting his holiday shopping done early at Amazon. So come December, you'll get to be holiday ready. The gift wrapping god. The technique is skill.
Thank you. This nigga dropped the ball again.
What they need. Got it? Only pay for what you need.
We all look at the same world, but we all look at it in a different way. Some just see beautiful lines. We see carefully. Some see a new motor. We see a new era. Some see what's there. We see beyond today.
And so it contains Pandora, Repertoire.
At Chewy's, we know walks are made better with our furry friends. And we're here to make those walks easy. From tasty treats on the go to toys that keep them moving. Get everything they need, even prescriptions, delivered right to your door. Get fast-free 1 to 2 day shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
Domino's knows a thing or two about delivery. So when we saw people were getting tacos and burgers delivered like these, we had to step in. Introducing our new chicken taco and cheeseburger pizza. Now the best way to get a taco or burger delivered is to get a Domino's pizza.
to talk. NFL Network post-game interviews full-time with Great Steve Smith, and you will see that face again on NFL Game Day Kickoff. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I like that tie.
Thank you. You know, I thought it was, is it orange or pink for you?
Kind of reddish orange, like a salmon.
A salmon? Okay. Because like, I thought it was orange. I thought I was dressing like a pumpkin and like my best Michael Irvin suit here. But then I got it here. It looks pink. So I'm glad you like it because no one else in my family likes it.
You got to change the lighting. You got to change the lighting in your house.
This is true. Yeah, then maybe I should actually wake up and plan my outfit before. All right, we're wasting time. You're talking to Teddy Bridgewater tonight at NFL Game Day Kickoff. I think everyone's got to be happy with the way he is like raised the level of play of everyone around him. Tell me about that conversation we're going to see tonight.
It was a great conversation. We talked and we covered a lot of things. However, one of the things that I did not know, just when you talk about a quarterback, you talk about a quarterback of his magnitude, what he's been through, he's exceptional. Not a lot of ego. And when you talk about ego in quarterback, especially a starting quarterback, a franchise quarterback, a guy that has been through what he's been through, so, you know, a high draft pick, first pick for the Minnesota Vikings, just mellow, down to earth. And one of the words that was used when describing him by a number of guys: New Orleans, the Jets, Carolina Panthers, Minnesota Vikings. Everyone I've talked to, this is the three words they use: salt of the earth. That before, salt of the earth. Really good to hear that.
Are you surprised with how well he has played, and I guess as an extension, they have played?
I'm surprised how well the Carolina Panthers are doing with the head coach, Matt Rule, who just came from college at Baylor. And, you know, he also had a young team. They lost Luke Kuechly. They lost Cam Newton. They lost Greg Olsen. All of these things, and yet they're still right there in the hunt. They're not the Walking Dead. They're not a pushover. But you got to be on your P's and Q's, and you have to do your film study, and you got to be ready to play the Carolina Panthers. And I think in that's remarkable because we usually don't see this much from a head coach coming from college to have this immediate impact the way he's having right now, Matt Rule.
Yeah, we're going to have guys that are going to be considered for camp. I mean, all those guys left in the offseason, plus the coach. Now you have a college coach in there. It's as much talent, granted older talent, but big name talent that I think any team has lost in a number of years. But I do have young guys here. Let's put up these numbers here, Steve.
Keep track. Keep the fuck.
And you have two in the top 7 when it comes to yardage here. Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. This kind of goes back to my other point here, my previous point about Teddy distributing the football and kind of bringing everyone else's game up. Because I don't think anyone thought we'd see those numbers.
No, when you see Robbie Anderson and you see what he did in the Jets, you don't believe that he played like this with the Jets. He was only known for running deep routes. And then you see this pass right here to DJ Moore. This was a touchdown. They run kind of a snag route or looky, whichever offense you're in the type of terminology they want to use. And then you see this pass right here to Curtis Samuel, which is he's getting loose. Crazy athletic, but you didn't see a lot of this out of the young players under a Norm Turner. This offense that Joe Brady's running is unique. It is showing and displaying the athleticism of the players, but also putting them in position to be successful. Robbie Anderson has benefited the most. Yes, he played with Matt Rule in college at Temple. Matt Rule challenged him, and he's challenged him now. And a lot of people that I've talked to in the Carolina Panthers organization said that Robbie Anderson's football knowledge is unbelievable. But how his demeanor is, he's funny as heck. He's a joy to be around. And so just everything you're hearing that's going on is all positive. So that's exciting, especially for me as a former Carolina Panther, but also now, well, I'm trying to say 20 years now, a Charlottean, living here.
Try to act like you up now, bitch.
And, you know, doing all these other things here in North Carolina, where I've lived now for 20 years.
Today on NFL Game Day Kickoff, Curtis Samuel Well, let's work him into the conversation because we talk about Joe Brady putting guys in positions rather to succeed. With Curtis Samuel, they're also using his versatility.
They're using versatility. I mean, Norris Turner, they use them primarily in reverse or in the backfield. Matt Rule has done that, but he's also allowed him to be efficient on third down. And we haven't seen a Curtis Samuel be this efficient. He has 25 receptions, but 13 of them have been on first down. And then you see he's going across. And look at Teddy Bridgewater. Get him on quick feet, step up in the pocket, and he finishes going forward. Now you see kind of a double in a high low, and then they have a little stunt going on, guys free release. And what is it? Curtis Samuel makes himself available, and it comes back, scramble drill. Now catches the ball, extends himself. Those plays we did not see last year out of Curtis Samuel.
Nigga sound like he on his phone. Get on the game, pussy.
In Carolina, 2 years ago, they were talking about how he
My
had
bad,
such a great training camp. It did not always come to fruition during the season. And then now, you didn't hear anything about training camp. And look at him now. Tied for most catches on third down. And let me tell you something. When you want to get paid, as the young fellas say, you know, in their system, you want to get that bag. What do you see in that bag? And there's some bread. And Curtis Samuel is the peanut butter and jelly that goes on that bread. And if you get enough bread, you can feed your family.
Yeah, he's picking up that slack and getting that bread on third down with Christian McCaffrey out for the last month. Hey, we had your quarterback on earlier, Jake Delhomme. I thought he'd say something funny about you.
I had a few ones.
You did. Your quarterback there. Come on, dude. Like you're a fantastic guy. I think you would have taken off. Here's what we said.
You know, I don't know if I have a certain message for him. I absolutely love watching him on TV because what you're seeing when he's giving you his review of a game or his analysis at halftime or after, that's real. That's not fake. That's not somebody telling him what he needs to say. And Steve Smith is going to tell it like he's going to call it like he sees it. And it's so great to watch him on TV and refreshing because that's all he is in the locker room.
All right, well, it's gone. Shut up, bitch. Did nobody ask you suck a dick for money? Damn, bro, I hate you. Y'all got out here acting like Hans and shit. With who? Oh, that'll get him up to a, if you got it, it'll get him an X Factor here. Nigga, I ain't getting no breakout, so I don't know what you talking about. That's a, come on, Madden. That's the first thing I try to do is get my breakouts. Say what? You gotta be shitting me. This nigga, bro, is so whack. It's supposed to be a pain. How do y'all not play? Still don't understand how you don't pick that ball off, bro. Or at least swat it or something. You seen that too, right? How you beat him to the ball? When I hit triangle, my niggas going for a rat catch. He didn't click on until he went to pick the ball. It's probably because I lied. I should have just drilled it. Huh? He went for it.
Yeah.